Breaking news this hour of Happening Now as U.S. officials tell Fox News Beijing has sent new surface-to-air missiles to the South China Sea. Our Lucas Tomlinson is live at the Pentagon with more. Lucas, what's that all about?
Well, John, breaking right now, U.S. intelligence satellites have spotted new Chinese weaponry, surface-to-air missiles on Hainan Island in the South China Sea. Now, Hainan Island is not one of China's contested islands. It's a province, belongs to China. However, the intelligence community believes that these missiles will soon be going to the Spratly chain of islands in the South China Sea. That would mark the first time that missiles had ever gone to the Spratlys. So far, in the last few weeks, gun emplacements have been seen on all 7 of China's artificial islands in the South China Sea. In the last 2 years, China has built up 3,000 acres of artificial islands, added 3 runways, and bomber flights have occurred throughout the South China Sea. In fact, a week ago, China flew a long-range nuclear-capable bomber days after President-elect Donald Trump's call with his Taiwan counterpart. Now, just moments ago, I spoke to a former head of U.S. Air Force intelligence, and he reacted to this latest Chinese provocation.
This is just another example of the adventurism and aggressiveness of the Chinese in the face of, quite frankly, an anemic and feckless set of policies that we've seen over the last 8 years.
Now, to counter this Chinese threat, the head of the U.S. Air Force says he needs 30,000 more airmen. Just over the summer, he said he was 700 pilots and 4,000 mechanics short. But now the top uniformed Air Force officer, General David Goldfein, says, quote, "The shortage of people has fundamentally changed the way we do business in terms of the operational risk day to day." John, he wants these additional airmen to perform a variety of tasks, including bolstering the nuclear force, cyber, space, the drones. At the start of the Afghan war in 2001, there was 1 drone orbiting over the battlefield. Today, there's over 60, and they are flying fiberglass. They need Air Force personnel to be able to take in the feeds and the reconnaissance. Now, at the start of the Gulf War, the Air Force had 134 fighter squadrons. 2 decades later, they're down to 55. Yet the Air Force has conducted 70% of the bombing missions against ISIS over the skies of Iraq and Syria. Air Force refueling tankers are also providing 90% of all the gas to all the fighter jets flying overhead, as well as the bombers. Now, the Air Force is not alone when it comes to rebuilding its force. The Navy, in a new study commissioned by the Secretary of the Navy says they need 30% more ships. Right now, the U.S. Navy is at 273 ships. A new study says they need to grow the force by 355 ships. Now, the vanguard of that effort will be attack submarines. Just over the summer, the head of the U.S. Pacific Command, Admiral Harry Harris, said that he needs more attack submarines, like this submarine you see here, a Los Angeles-class attack boat out of Pearl Harbor. He says he needs these submarines to keep watch over the Chinese and also counter the growing Chinese military threat. Now, the Army and Marine Corps have also expressed a desire, John, to increase their forces as well. The new $600 billion defense bill passed over President Obama's objections addresses these manpower shortages. John?
All of our military services really are at force levels that haven't been seen in decades. They are that low, generations even. Lucas Tomlinson. Lucas, thank you.